Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel. My name is LACHON with Power Life Hypnosis and this is your December 2016 General and Love Oracle Guidance reading for those born under the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I'm a new channel, so please check back often for new monthly and weekly videos. I will also be doing an overview of the year 2017 for each sign, so please check back for that as well. If you find these messages helpful, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Because this reading is general and the messages are for millions of Cancers, they may or may not resonate with you. If they do, wonderful. If not, please make sure to check your moon and rising signs as well. Even if these messages do resonate with you, please check those videos as well, because they will give you a more total complete of your month. Also, if you are born on the cusp, make sure to check the sign for both of the signs that you are born on the cusp of. If you would like additional, more personalized information, you can book a private reading with me through Skype or phone. I can make a pre-recorded video personalized for you and your individualized situation, as well as email. Please check the description box below for additional services that I provide, as well as how to get in contact with me. And last but not least, I will also be doing a drawing from now until December 18th, in which one person will win a free 2017 yearly reading with me, and two others will win another wonderful prize. All the details for the drawing are in the description box below, so please check those when you are finished viewing this video. Lastly, this is my first time putting up videos on YouTube, so I'm still learning how to do that. I intend to have actual videos posted by January for the new year. Okay, so Cancers, let's get started. Okay, so I pre-selected your cards for you, and the cards that I have here are: on the bottom of the deck, the overall energy, embarking on an adventure. The card in the you now position, cultivating prosperity, and the energy coming in, expecting miracles, and the energy going out, coming into power. So let's see. Okay. So let's start with embarking on an adventure. So the overall energy for the month, embarking on an adventure, I savor the wonders of the world. And this card speaks about expansion, moving past self-imposed limitations, trying something new. It could also be travel, moving beyond one's comfort zone. So that's going to be a big theme in the month of December. So trying something new, savoring the wonders of the world, this new energy, this new travel, these new ideas, this expansion, this moving past old limitations is going to be a very, very beautiful energy and a beautiful thing to enjoy throughout this month. Because if you were going through any situation which you felt stagnant, maybe you're going through some struggles, and this can be in any area, in career, in love, in friendship, in hobbies, in any area. If you're going through any kind of stagnation or any kind of difficulties, now you're embarking on something new. You're going off on a new adventure, new experiences, new things to enjoy, new things to explore. So really embrace that this month to get all that you can out of the month of December. So moving down, the cards in the center position, cultivating prosperity. Actually, I'm going to go back to expecting miracles, which is the first card. Miracles are blossoming in my life. So this card goes with embarking on an adventure because they're both bringing in something new and something beautiful, a beautiful new energy. And the beautiful thing about expecting miracles is that the things that you expect, they come true. When you expect something, it comes true. And if you're expecting miracles, if you're going off on a new part in your life, a new venture, and you've been expecting miracles, these miracles are coming into your life. If you've been thinking big and you've been thinking new ideas, expecting new miracles, that's a wonderful energy to have, because by expecting these miracles, they will manifest into your life. So you're expecting these miracles. And these miracles are blossoming, and you could even be seeing the evidence that the miracles are blossoming. And this could be external evidence, and you may be seeing signs from spirit. You may be seeing hints, tips, anything that shows you that whatever this that you're expecting is coming into your life. You could be seeing that outward, and you could also be feeling that inward. It doesn't just have to be outward. It can be felt inward as well. So you could be feeling that these changes are taking place, that this new energy is arising in you, that these things are coming to you. You can just have an inner knowing that these things are coming to you. And through this expectation that you've held, the wonderful thing is, in the month of December, you are going to start cultivating the prosperity from the miracles that you have been expecting. Okay? You're going to start cultivating this prosperity. So you're going to see evidence. If you have not already seen evidence, Cancer, you will begin to see evidence this month. You will be cultivating the prosperity of whatever it is that you have been wanting, that you have been searching for, that you have been seeking, that you have been praying for and hoping for. This miracle that you have been expecting, begin to see it. Expect to see it in this month, dear Cancer, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. You're embarking off in this adventure, and you're going to start seeing the prosperity coming in this month. The message on this card is the abundance of the universe is pouring into my life, which just complements that so well, showing that all these things that you've been wanting, whatever it has been, there is something that you have been wanting, Cancer, something. In whatever area of your life, only you know what that thing is. Only you know what that thing is. And it could be actual money. For a large part of you, it is. For a large group of you, it is actual money, cultivating prosperity. Okay? So it could be money, but it could also range a whole gamut of things. So you're cultivating this prosperity in the month of December. Okay, you have expected the miracles, which was laying down the soil. That's laying down the soil. Okay, the soil is going to start fertilizing. So it's been fertilized through the expectations. Say the miracle is what's been planted. Okay, so the expectation is the fertilization, is the soil, and now you're going to start to see this miracle cultivate. This miracle is going to start sprouting in the month of December. And the card that we have and the energy going out is coming into power, which is a beautiful compliment to all these cards, because you're coming into power, which means that you are gaining whatever it is that you wanted. Whatever it is, whatever this is again saying that whatever it is you're going to have. Get what it is that you've been wanting, what you've been wishing for. This card says, I step into my power boldly and confidently. So a large part of this is know that whatever it is that you've been wanting, this miracle, believe that it is yours, believe that you can have it, expect it to be yours, and it will come to fruition. You will be able to get whatever it is that you really have been wanting. So looking back over this spread, let's see, questions to ask yourself if you are struggling with any of these energies, or if you have this energy in your life, but you don't feel as though you are on the correct path. Questions to ask yourself, embarking on an adventure. In what ways have I been holding myself back from adventure? In what ways have I been keeping myself away from adventurous times, from having an adventurous life? And also, what adventures do I want to take? If there were any adventures that I could have, it doesn't have to be through travel, of course. Adventure can run a whole lot of things. If there are any adventures that I can have, what adventures do I want? What journeys do I want to embark on? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? Where do I want to go within myself? These are all adventures. So what adventures do you want within your life? Expecting miracles. What miracles do you want in your life? What miracles do you want to happen? If you could have anything happen in your life and not fail, what would that be? If you could have anything and it be yours, what would that thing be? Expecting miracles also. In what ways have you been keeping yourself from these miracles? Is there any energy that's been dragging you down away from these miracles, keeping you from these miracles? Because energy that holds you down won't let miracles come to the surface, because they will suck all that beautiful, abundant energy, that beautiful spiritual energy, all the energy that you will put out into the universe for manifesting. Negative energies will suck this away. Are there any energies that I need to let go of in order to allow these miracles to cultivate, in order to allow these miracles to come up? Cultivating prosperity. In which ways do I want to be prosperous in my life? In what areas do I want to be prosperous? How can I have more prosperity in my life? Is there any way that I'm selling myself short of prosperity? And then coming into power, which I really, really love for the ending of this card. Coming into power. What has stopped me from coming into my own power? And what does coming into my own power look like? This could be a good time to also do some journaling, perhaps, if you like to do journaling, or if you like to meditate, or even if you like to take baths. While you're in the bathtub, think about these things. In which ways can I come into my own power? How can I come into my own power? What does coming into my own power look like? If I were my ideal self in my power at this time, because we do evolve at this time, what would that power look like? Because once you know this clear vision of your power, everything else is able to easily align. Once you know the vision of what you want to look like, what you want your life to look like, who you want to look like, what power this is, what power you want, once you know, that lays the groundwork in order to cultivate that, in order to have that come to fruition. And that also really does relate to these first two cards. Because you have to know what you want in order to expect it. You can't have an idea. You can't have something. You don't know what you want, but then you expect to get it. No, you have to have a clear end result in mind in order to get to that end result. So these are all things to think about in the month of December. Overall, this is going to be a very, very positive month. Very, very positive month. These are very strong cards in this 3-card spread. So very wonderful, Cancer. Very wonderful month. Enjoy that energy. Enjoy coming into your power. This is your month. If you have been going through any difficulties in November or in the months leading up to December, this is going to be a really great month for you. And you're going to go off into a new direction. And this direction is going to go off kind of in a seamless way to where you don't have to do much work, but you can tell, you can see that this is a new time and that you're going into something different. And embrace this time. Embrace it and allow it to pass. Allow it to go through, because there are beautiful things waiting on the other side as you're coming into power. I feel as though 2017, there's going to be a lot of energy going into 2017, because this time, the time of December, looks as though it's a foundation, a groundwork for the new year, because you have been expecting these miracles and then you are cultivating it. And then by the end of the month, you will be coming into power. And that is a beautiful way to start the new year. So congratulations, Cancer, for that. Okay. Now, moving on to the love reading. I pulled 3 cards for Cancer singles and 3 cards for Cancer couples. The card on the bottom of the deck represents the overall energy. Representing the overall energy is New Beginning. And this card reads, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately, which I really like because that seems to go with embarking on an adventure. So new beginning and new adventure awaits. So it seems as though this cultivating prosperity, this coming into power, for some of you, this could be going on in your relationships. So you are embarking on a new relationships, cultivating love, expecting miracles in love, coming into power in relationships. This could be a large theme for many of you. So we're going to go on to new beginning. A new adventure awaits, embracing and live your dreams passionately. So for the singles, sacred union, honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You'll be surprised where it leads. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. I'm actually going to pull out the cards from the last spread. I put them away. I'm going to pull them out again because I feel like these cards, they really do coincide with each other. So it looks like single Cancers. It looks like some of you have met someone new recently because you are going through. So it looks like some of you, let's see. Okay. Again, a lot of changes, embarking on an adventure. Sacred union, honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. So this could do with the relationship within yourself. Healing is sacred. I'm sorry, not healing, but honoring and treasuring your relationship with yourself and who you are as a strong, wonderful individual. And it can also be for Cancers who have recently met someone new. And it is saying honor and treasure your relationship with that person, even if you do not know that person well. Honor and treasure your relationship, or whoever. It's say there's someone who you are just interested in, or someone who's interested in you, someone who wants to get to know you. If you have a new relationship starting with someone else, but you don't consider yourself a couple yet, honor and treasure your relationship with that person, for it is truly sacred. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. So it could be shifting relationships. You could have been in a relationship before, and now you're having a new beginning and you're going into a new relationship. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. So, for example, if you were in a relationship before, now you're moving into a new relationship, or this is just a new cycle, and there may be some fear involved, some resistance involved. And this is really saying to feel safe to let go of that resistance and to let go of any fears, because when we resist the natural flow of life, we create unnecessary stress. So if we hold ourselves back due to fears or hesitancies, that can actually work against you. There's a song that I like, and the woman in the song, she talks about your heart not being afraid to break. So in certain situations, if we're happy about somebody, meeting somebody new, if there's something new comes into our lives, at times we have to embrace that newness coming into our lives, knowing that, yes, there may be fear involved. Yes, we may be fearful, but we have to be willing to allow our hearts to break, because that is a part of life. And sometimes that fear of your heart breaking is worth the beautiful love and the beautiful things that actually come out of that. And it's okay to have fears. We may have fears. We may have resistance. And that's okay, and that's natural. That's our mind, our heart's way of protecting ourselves, because we want to protect ourselves, especially as Cancers. We like to protect ourselves. We're very, very protective of our hearts. We don't like to be heartbroken. We don't like to be in pain. So we tend to hide. And this is saying, when you hide, that can actually be stopping you and hindering you from achieving the love, the romance, the relationship, that you actually want in your life. So do not be afraid for your heart to break. And depending on what energy you put out there into the universe, in your dating life, in your romantic situations, whatever energy you put out, whoever you're with, they subtly pick up on that energy you are putting out. If you are afraid, they pick up on that energy. And that can also lead you to attract people who will feed off of your fears, and you don't want that. So go forth in a mind state that you're putting the best of you out there. You are putting yourself out there, and you are beautiful the way you are, who you are, however you are. Beauty, flaws, we're all wonderful. No matter what it is, no matter what flaws, what perceived flaws you believe you have, don't let that stop you. Because the person who will find you beautiful regardless of the flaws. We all have flaws. Of course we do. Every single one of us has something, one thing that we feel self-conscious about. And guess what? We all find love anyway. So I know that message is for maybe a few specific cancers, but that message came through very, very strongly just now. Okay, so let's go back to where we were. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. So by resisting can create unnecessary stress. Just allow yourself to go with the flow. Don't be afraid of your heart to break. Just go with it. And by putting that type of energy out there, you'll attract the right person more easily than if you were to put out a fearful energy. Because the right person, the healthy, loving person that you will look for, they're not going to resonate with fearful energy. Healthy relationships do not feed off fearful energy. That's another message that I just had. Okay. So go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. The final card is, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. Which goes back to what I was just saying before. If you could do anything, if you can have any type of relationship, if you can have any type of love, any type of feeding of your heart and your soul, what would it be? Who do you want to be with? What type of person do you want to be with? These are also good things to think about and to journal and to meditate on, or to even think about, while driving. Another wonderful time to meditate is actually driving in the car. Turn off the radio and just listen to the sound of your breathing and the sound of the road, because that's also another wonderful, wonderful thinking time to take for yourself. So if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. Move forward with your heart. Especially if you are meeting someone new, move forward with your heart, not your mind. Because our mind can play tricks on us. Our mind holds the subconscious, which holds all of our fears, all of our heartbreaks from the past, all of our hesitations, all the reasons why we may be hesitant, all the reasons why we may not trust. All those are in our heads, not in our hearts. Our heart only knows love. Our hearts only know love. So if there is a situation that is feeding your heart, if there's a person that is feeding your heart and is making your heart happy, even if your head is hesitant, trust and go with your heart. Yes, our head serves to protect us, But love is really what drives everyone. The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. So again, go with your heart and not your mind, because feeding your heart is what's really going to feed your mind and is really going to add a beautiful love and overall color to your life. Okay, singles. So for couples, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, the cards that I pulled here are time. You're trying too hard, give it time. Freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. And romance. Cupid's arrow strikes. These three cards, time, freedom, and romance, are all major energy cards. So, to me, this is saying that in the energy coming up to December, there may be a situation where you are putting in a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of mental energy into a situation with your partner. So it could be you wanting something from them. For example, say you're in a relationship and you want to be engaged and you are pushing for this engagement. A situation like that. Or it could be in any kind of situation. That's just what came to me now. So if you're in a situation like this, or where there's something that you really want and you've been pushing for and you've been hoping for, you've been asking for, or you've just been thinking about, obsessing over, this card is saying you're trying too hard, give it time, because there is freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. So that is saying to just take a step back and allow this process to unfold as it will. We do not have control over our partners. We do not have control over others. We have no control over time. We really don't. We may think we do, but in reality, everybody does their own thing in their own time. Everybody does their own things for their own motives. Everybody does things in their own ways. What we think is not what our partner thinks. We may think that what is in our mind is in our partner's mind, or what is in our mind should be in our partner's mind, especially for women. We may think, why doesn't he understand? Why isn't he doing this? Why isn't he listening? Why isn't he, giving us what we want? However, allow things to play out in their own time and in their own way. There could be better things that he is planning in the background. You don't know. And a lot of the time we like to think that we are the rulers of time and of the universe, as if we are Father Time ourselves. And we are not, because there's actually something called universal time. And universal time is the time that things happen, the time in which things happen in the universe. We set off one action and all these different actions follow. So we have to wait for all the different actions to follow behind the scenes, away from our view, in order to get the result that we want. I hope that makes sense. So give it time. Allow things to cultivate. Allow things to happen on their own. It's interesting because it also coincides with cultivating prosperity. Allowing things to cultivate and come into their power on their own. Say you could have been expecting some miracles. You are expecting some miracles, and you're expecting miracles that will happen. It's just you have to let everything cultivate in order to come into your power, in order to get whatever it is that you've been wanting to get, or have whatever it is that you want to have within your relationship. Freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. So if in your mind you've been thinking about this situation too much, you've been mulling over it, the best thing to do is just take a rest, take a nap, take a break, and take a step back. Use that yin energy, take a step back, and just let things cultivate and happen on their own, because they will happen, especially because the final card is romance in big letters. Cupid's arrow strikes with an apostrophe mark. An exclamation mark on the end. Cupid's arrow strikes. So that shows that if you just allow these things to happen, allow whatever it is that you want to come into in its own time, you will be very satisfied and you will be happy and you will get whatever it is that you've been wanting. Just allow it to happen on its own time. It's really, it creates a lot of stress to try to control time, because we can't control it. And we may be controlling things we really have no power over. And the best thing to do is just sit back and do nothing and enjoy yourself and allow these things to come to you. And it also feels a lot better when you get these gifts coming to you without having to demand gifts. And just as an example, without having to demand something, allowing it to come to you. So just let it do that, because Cupid's arrow will definitely strike. So, Cancer, those are all the messages that I have for you for the month of December 2016. Thank you so much for listening to this reading. Please check back, because I will also be doing weekly readings. And also, please again check your sun, moon, and rising sign and cusp. And if you like, your Venus sign, to receive all the messages that I have for you for this month. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful month of December. I wish you very happy holidays. And I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you. Bye-bye.